Hey y'all. So, today we are speaking about storm over sunshine. Okay? Okay. Okay. I know a lot of people said that is very toxic. It is not toxic, it is real. Okay? Of course, we're speaking about this in terms of relationships, right? So, say you come across someone and it's just like, ugh. Oh my gosh, you are exactly who I have been looking for this entire time. You check off every box on my list. But what we fail to realize on your list, are you able to provide that to the person that you're trying to be in a relationship with? If not, you need to take that requirement off. But even after all that, right? Let's say you found your perfect person and we're going to go into the weather. Of course, it's a sunny day. It's been beautiful out there, and then it just magically starts raining. Now it's like it's taking you by surprise. Like, wow, I was just so happy. Everything was going great. Like, what do I do now? Nope. That is why, me personally, I feel like if you're going to come to me, don't come with me with all this sunshine and everything. I mean, maybe that does sound toxic. Maybe it sounds toxic. I don't want it to sound toxic. But what I'm saying is, if you're trying to come in my space and try to insert you into what I have going on with myself, I need to know, even though this is beautiful, anyone can bring you sunshine. You know what I'm saying? Most importantly, you can bring sunshine to yourself. That's another thing that I feel like we do fail at. We come to this understanding like, wow, I'm not gonna be happy unless I have someone here or unless I'm surrounded by a group of people. Stop thinking like that. You are enough. If you feel like you have to be in a relationship to be happy, I'm sorry, you do not need to be in a relationship because you should be the only person that affects your mood. You are not going to sit here and give power to someone else, and they have the ability and you've given them the right to make you feel some type of way. If the way they think and that much power you gave is that important to you, sure, give it to them. But you can't throw it back in their face. Wow, you made me feel like that. No one made you feel like anything. You let whatever that person or those group of people say turn your mood upside down. That, if anybody gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you, that's your fault. Do not give your power away. Whatever you want to do in life, however you feel, certain things that go on, that's on you. You have to come to the understanding of, this is what I want to do. Okay, kind of ventured off a little bit, but back on the storm over the sunshine. It's like, of course, every relationship is not going to be like a fairy tale. Even though to this day, I believe that I do deserve a fairy tale, okay? But I would just prefer the whole storm beforehand, because think about it like this. When life starts attacking and, sunshine hasn't been there in a few days, in a few weeks, could be months and years, you need to make sure that the person that you're with is willing to be there and stand with you through this rain. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, the sunshine is great. I mean, who on earth does not want to be happy? Who does not want to come across someone and it's just like, wow, like you really are my person. The terminology might be a little off, but in a sense, it's like you make me whole. Because, not that I need you, though. I don't want you guys to confuse that. You do not need anyone to make it in life, but, just to be happy, just to bring out the happiness. So that's cool and everything. But if you're sitting here and you're trying to make life happen with someone, you just need to make sure that you come across someone that looks at the situation like, hey, it's been hard for a few days, weeks, months. It could even potentially be years, but regardless of any and everything, I want to make it out with you. You know what I'm saying? Once we get past this, through your flaws, through my flaws, at some point we have to come together and make this work. Because think about it, you don't want to sit here, and a lot of people don't like to hear it, but it is wasted time. If you really feel like you're sitting here and you could potentially be wasting time with someone because for some reason certain things aren't clicking. I mean, you can even sit here and say, hey, we've done all the communication I've had, and I've tried to have these talks. I've even tried to, really focus on the other person's love language. I mean, at this point, what am I supposed to do now? If you really feel like it's turning into begging, like it's a lot, because I wouldn't want any of us, y'all out there, myself included, if we're ever in a situation like that, to feel like the person that you're trying to build life with, it's turning into a beg, not even like a need, because clearly at one point when it was a need, that's when the conversations were going on, whether a single or multiple. Now it's kind of like, look, it feels like I'm begging you for something that should be a priority as it pertains to our relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you ever feel like it's turning into begging, I don't know. That's the time when you really have to sit here and think about it. Like, am I approaching this wrong? What I'm asking for, can I give the same thing? And just take a deeper look into that. And once you come out with an answer, whatever that answer may be, you have to make sure that this is something truly what you want to do, because you can't sit here and come up with an answer because you're mad. It's in the moment and you just like, you know what, whatever, and then you call it a day. And then when you take the time out that you should have took out before, and then you just really think about everything, and you're just like, wait a minute, I did have a part in that. You can't be mad if you reach out to that other person and maybe that breakup did it for him, and it's like, nah, well, not him, he or she, they're probably like, nah, you good, I'm good where I'm at. You made your decision, so stick to it. And a lot of us feel like if we said something wrong or we would like to go backwards, you got to understand, just because you want to go backwards, a lot of people do not want to go backwards. Life, honestly speaking, life is about moving forward. Sometimes when you make a decision and you feel like, I think that was a mistake, you only got one or two options. Does the other person want to go back in this with you, or just look at that as a lesson and look at everything that happened and make sure you don't do it again? Okay? Like I said, that's me personally though. Some people do, come at me with all the sunshine and all that, tell me I'm beautiful, tell me I'm handsome, be interested in my interests, you hear about me and then it's like, wow, you do similar things as well. But even with that, coming across someone that has similar interests as you, like it's so similar, like you're like, yo, you are for me. Make sure that is those interests are really that person's interests, because a lot of people, if they want you, they're going to do any and everything possible to get you. Some people are just going to be like, you know what, I really don't care for that, but I've been single for a really long time, or I'm getting lonely, or this was someone's person and now this person's gonna be mine. So it's just tricky because you never know how people really get down. And unfortunately, I don't think we ever will unless that person shares with you. That's why I'm saying be careful. Don't be out here and just like, oh, I've been waiting for you without even realizing that person is not even genuinely that person. They just turned into this person for you. So you got to be careful. You just really do. That's why I said I prefer the storm over the sunshine, because when it comes down to the sunshine, look, we can bring the sunshine to each other at that point. I know your flaws. You know my flaws. We both know what we're getting into. That's the other thing. A lot of people do not want to be honest. Just because my baggage could be like 25% and yours could be 75, don't lessen what you coming into this with. You know what I'm saying? Because if I love you, if I really like you, if you're the person I want to be with, when I accept you, I accept all of you. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm your partner and everything, whatever I feel like you're lacking, or whenever I feel like, hey, you know what? I know exactly who you are. You could be doing more. It seems like you slacking or something like that. I'm right by your side. Like, I'm never going to leave you. And you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm telling you, when you out here picking partners, this is one thing in life. You have all right to sit here and take your time, be as detailed, and know exactly what you want. That's why I've been saying, yeah, I need to take the time out and just focus on you. Like, as a man, what am I truly looking for, and what can I truly bring to my woman? As a woman, what am I truly looking for, and what can I bring to a man? If you feel like you cannot answer those questions, take a good low minute. Still take your time out, because you cannot sit here and ask for something that you cannot provide. It doesn't make sense to me. It never did. I don't understand why people say that. They make it seem like, oh, if you're the man, that means that you take care of all the financial aspects in life. You know what I'm saying? But let's be realistic. Whether you're a man or a woman, people, this economy that we're living in, sometimes losing jobs, it has no gender. So what are you going to say if a man loses his job? As a woman, you're not going to pick up, and whatever he lacks. At one point he was taking care of everything. Now that things are a little lessened from what they were before, are you really going to throw that woman card in the air? And, let's flip it over to the women's section. Let's say, you know how they make it seem like, oh yeah, the women belong in the kitchen and they're the cleaners and everything. Firstly, I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. If you're an adult, whether you're a man or a woman, clean is clean, okay? The kitchen is the kitchen. So what are you saying? If that's the woman's role, so what? Men ain't eating? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the whole cleaning aspect and the cooking aspect, that has no gender. Even financially, a lot of women may not like that, but I would never down a man because he cannot fully take care of everything. For me personally, as a woman, I don't like that. I don't. And it's not like, like I don't trust my man or nothing like that. It has nothing to do with him. I think that's just due based on how I was raised. And it's just like, as a woman, you know what I'm saying? You always need to make sure that you're okay. That's just, it is what it is. And I'm not saying pointing fingers or speaking about anyone's situations, but think about it. Whether you're a man or a woman, what if you're sitting here helping someone out and then y'all get into an argument or whatever? And then here comes let's not forget You wouldn't have that if it wasn't for me. No, no. Whether you're a male or a female, do not allow anyone to ever be able to do that to you. That's why I always make sure I got it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you could have it in 2.5. It's cool. It's going to take me a good little minute. I'm going to get it though, because I don't know how I would react if someone ever said that to me. If someone ever said that to me, it would make me feel like, you know what? Since you're really hell bent on this, don't trip. You don't got to do nothing else for me. Because at that moment, that's letting me know what was done for me was not genuine. You did that for a purpose. So just in case we get into an argument, or what if I'm coming at you or whatever, you got something to throw back at me. And look, at now I'm not even going to say an age, just overall, at some point, the tit for tat makes absolutely no sense, because it's like we're going back to being children. I don't have time for that. That's what I'm saying. When it comes down to finding your person, you really have to take the steps out, and even if it takes a good little minute, make sure that you are in a good place. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't understand how a relationship works if you're still broken. Maybe you never got over the last relationship. So going head on in a new relationship, you're still thinking about what didn't work or the way you envision that person. And now when you get in a relationship with this new person, that's where the whole comparison comes in. No, I don't care if these two people look alike. I don't care if they sound alike. I don't care if they act alike. It is two different mindsets, okay? If you're not fully over something, then stay over there. Like, stop breaking people, you know? That's why I'm telling y'all, storm over sunshine. When you get with someone, when you're trying to talk to someone, have those hard conversations first. You know what I'm saying? Just so you know what you're getting into. The pictures and the videos and all that can come after. Make sure you get to the nitty gritty before all of these feelings get involved. And it's just like, oh no, no. Figure it out beforehand. Okay, before I hop off here, we're not going to forget storm over sunshine. Alrighty, you guys. I really hope that this video helps someone out there. And I will speak to you guys later.